and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lydia here with your new moon in Capricorn reading. And in fact, it's a super new moon. So that means it's basically the moon is closer to the earth. And it's probably going to be one of the last for this year because we are in the last new moon of this year. How exciting is that? And then we go on to a new moon or a new year with new moons and new full moons. So anyways, we're going to get right into it. And we're going to be looking at the Moonology Manifestation deck. I'm going back to that deck. That's with Yasmin Boland. And I've also got a card that I pulled from Mystical Shaman Oracle as well. Sorry for the lighting there. And it's with Alberta Villaldo, Colette Barron-Reed, and Marcella Lobos. So sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so let's get right into it. The very first card that we have is the Moonology Manifestation deck. So we basically go for, I've chosen 3 cards. We've got the Moonology, then we've got the Mystical Shaman, and then we've got the Moonology to finish with. And it's going to be a pretty interesting time period. I know that the energies are very, very high because we are just finished the 12/12 portal. We're going into the winter solstice energy, very high, very peaked. There's a lot going on, not only just within the world globally, because we could see that right in front of our face, but also within ourselves. We are now entering a time where we are basically going within. This is in the northern hemisphere that I'm speaking for, but also in the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. There's also that solstice energy is that sun rays, the sun rays that are coming in, and the solar rays are extremely powerful. We're talking about gamma rays that are coming in from like cosmic rays that are coming in from way outside of our galaxy and changing us from the inside out. It's a very incredible time period to number one, to be alive, and to also be seeing all of this and feeling all of this. So let's go right into it. The Moonology Manifestation deck. So we've got the first quarter moon in Taurus. Release control. Now, this is a very iconic kind of time period as well. What I feel is that we have to relinquish some of the control that we have placed in our lives. And if it's that rigid and that strict, sometimes we miss out on what could be coming to us. And you're seeing that basically control is really ramping up around the world at the moment. We've got some, controllers that are trying very hard to work for their own agendas. And what we need to do is basically know that spirit is there for us and has got our back. So releasing control at this particular time does not mean that you will never have control of your life. It means that let go of the things that you you may not be able to control at this time, and send out loving energy to it, or relationships or people or whatever. Send out the loving energy towards them, prayers, intentions for a peaceful and balanced and harmonious outcome. And in this case, taking the control that you might have for yourself, control your own circumstances, and that you do have control over. So being able to discern where you do have the control, and letting go and letting that mind chatter about it go when you are unable to actually exercise any particular control of it. Now, this does not necessarily mean that if you don't have if you don't have control over some matters that you wish you do, that you cannot do something about it. And this is why I'm saying send the prayers and the intentions, because our energies are very, very high. Our manifestation energies are extremely high at this time. You can change your reality, and you can change that around you. But one thing to note is releasing control also means that you cannot control other people. You can send, again, energy and compassion, but you cannot control other people. So let's see what this card has for us to look at. Okay, it says, what in your life are you trying just a bit too hard to do? What are you absolutely stuck on to the point where you won't even entertain other ideas? You need to release your grip on life. Whatever you want, release it to the universe and trust that the universe will come back to you with whatever for your highest good. If you're feeling possessive about something or someone, your challenge now is to live and let live. In a financial situation, self worth is the key. Avoid get rich quick schemes. Now, that's the other thing, too, I'll speak about financially as well. Manifesting mix. This card brings in a steadfast energy, but it's clashing with another energy that wants to be free. Uh, Seed control for best results. Seed as in CEDE. Manifesting mindset. Realize that even though you can manifest your life to a great extent, you can't control everything all the time, which is what I was saying. Karma comes into play, as do your deep down beliefs about yourself. And these are things that are actually coming up. Karma has played a very, very big effect in this last year, facing karmic situations again, experiences, and letting them go. This is the time to do it. So, tuning into our manifesting powers calls upon the energies of the root chakra, which is the base of the spine, that will help you to feel safer and more grounded with your basic needs looked after. And that is definitely grounding to the earth and the connection to family and traditions and our ancients as well. This chakra is located at the base of the spine, and its color is a glowing red. Hold this card or this energy from the card to the base of your spine and imagine yourself bathed in a column of healing red light. And then use these words. Energies of the first quarter moon in Taurus, thank you for showing me that all my needs are taken care of. And so, what's very important at this time is having an open heart, but knowing that the heart and the mind are actually working very much together. So, whatever you have discerning in your heart about your circumstances, and I'm going to speak about the financial circumstances because I know that there's going to be a lot of change coming up, and we're going to feel or be tending to feel imbalanced, not in control, kind of in a topsy-turvy ebb and flow kind of situation. And it's not just what we're seeing. The whole world is going to go through this, and we know it's coming. We just know, we've seen it probably in the news, and we've seen it around us. So it's not like we're not prepared for a financial collapse, and that is something that is probably going to happen. But everything must come down to the basics before it actually comes up. Everything, everything. The education system, the political system, the economics, everything has to shift because what was before was not working, or it's time for the change. So basically, we're now in this particular situation where we're all in the same boat. So that's why it's saying control wise, maybe relinquish the control, but look at balance and finding balance and your own personal boundaries about what you're wanting to have in your life, and that also applies to the financial situation for yourself too. Maybe watch your budget a little bit, and or see where you could cut corners in your spending. Maybe stock up a little bit at the moment. That's what I was doing with my vitamins, by the way. So just stock up a little bit, and then let it flow and just go about your business the way that you're normally doing it, and try to be happy with what you have. This is a state of gratitude. This is where the universe does put us into a state of gratitude, because we have to be happy about what we have. We are here. If you're watching this, you're alive. You may or may not have perfect health. Maybe that is one of those things that you need to set out an intention for, or pray for good health. Now, releasing control is to send that energy out there, send that message and question and prayer out there, but allow the universe to work on it, to allow that thing to come to place, because that is basically anything that you send out there, any thought energy that you send out there is in the ethers, and it is being worked on behind the scenes. So the physical manifestation comes every time that you send that message out there. If you want it bad enough, it's going to come. But if you basically push to get it, then you will create frictional energy. And that frictional energy will actually delay what you want. So, what you want to do, send it out there, release control on that particular topic, whether it's financially getting more money in, um, getting to see your family, relationship issues, anything of that sort. Send it out there, but let it go and let the universe start to work on it for you. So let's go on to the next card, and we're into the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. And interestingly, you can't make this stuff up. It is called the moon. So we're now looking into what the moon energy has to say in the Mystical Shaman. And this is interesting too, because the moon at this time and the way the shamans look at the moon will be very interesting, is how we, as compared to what we know and what we see of the moon and this time of year. The essence, this is the symbol of the myth maker and storyteller who is neither made of nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. In so doing, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. Is this perfect for the new year? He dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders, and sings the world into being, controlling our own reality or allowing it to be. He reminds us to be in the world and travel through it, but not to be defined by it or become too attached to the experience. This is a symbol of true alchemy, for all elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are possible. I mean, that goes without saying. Let's go into the invitation. When the mystical shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Let go of the outcome. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you be, or who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up until now? You do not have to live in the story that has roots in the past. What if there was no need to explain to you, not even to yourself? Or what if there was no need to explain you to anyone, not even to yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank state and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. And this is why relinquishing control once you've sent something out there is important. So the medicine for this is be careful what you pray for. So this is if the card was taken upside down. I read both so that there are probably messages within each that would resonate with you. Be careful what you pray for. The mystical shaman cautions you against relentless attachment to a certain form that you think will make you happy, prosperous, famous, loved, etc. However, in seeing your dream come into being, had you considered what you were willing to sacrifice for it? Perhaps you have been telling yourself a certain story for so long, the story that only when you reach this particular goal will you be happy, that you will arrive. You didn't even notice you're no longer the person that wanted these circumstances. You may have moved beyond those stories. Perhaps it's time to admit to yourself that you need to imagine a new story that is more in alignment with who you've become. This is just one moment in millions of moments in the continuum of life. And that is so true, because we've lived many moments and we've gotten to here. Let it go. Let it be just a story and move on. Better tales are waiting to be told. This is a great way to say, do not take life so seriously and do not be attached to the outcomes of anything. And that is, I think that's the message here. Basically, the moon has an elusive and mysterious quality. And at this particular new moon, and being super new moon, the energy is even higher. We are looking for something that is brand new, something that is the beginning of a cycle. So we've ended a cycle in the full moon. Now, as the new moon begins, what a perfect time, the new moon being on the December 23rd. For the Northern Hemisphere, it's fairly early in the morning, 4 something in the morning. And It's a perfect time to begin. It's just before our holidays or the Christmas holidays, and it is a week before the our official new year. So why not take the time to write down what it is that you want to see in the new year? Not so much, New Year's resolutions as per se, but writing down what kind of world do you want to see? What kind would you like to alchemically put into practice to create that reality that you want? Instead of focusing on what you don't have or that you are willing to uh, look at negatively, look at it as okay, that's it. You know what? That's done. That circumstance is done. There's no point in worrying about it. And when it comes to it financially, if we do have a collapse and so forth, we're all in it in the same way. We will find solutions. We will all, once we get together and have our minds and our hearts pulled together, we will be able to find a solution that works even better than before, that makes it more harmonious. Is that what you want? And that's what I think is going to happen. So more and more, when we look at the essence and the shamanic part of this interesting, and what's quite cool is I actually wrote, I read the wrong card. How funny is that? Oh my goodness. So, anyways, that was what you were meaning to hear. I obviously this is definitely something that was meaning to be said. So you're going to get four cards instead. I'm going to read the moon right now. How funny is that? But honestly, everything happens for a reason. So this will resonate with many people. Okay, let's go on to the moon, the essence. Every 28 days, the moon manifests a steady progression from darkness to light and then back again. This phenomenon in our skies has a powerful impact on our human psyches. It offers us the certainty that after periods of emptiness and darkness, there is a light waiting so we can be reborn into in a new phase. This calls to mind a native African prayer to the moon. May our lives be renewed as yours is. The moon also has a strong influence on the ebb and flow of waters on the earth. This same power, in turn, affects human feelings and emotions and mirrors their rising from or hiding back into the unconscious. So the invitation is this: the moon spends equal time in the dark as it does in the light of the sun. And now it comes to remind you of this balance. Have you been too focused on outer achievements, productivity, or social engagements? Or have you spent too much time hidden from the outer world, not wanting to interact or show your face? Meditate on the significance of the moon's cycle and let it gently guide you out of your bottomless depth. Head back to the world of outer expression and connection with others. Let it help you make time for yourself, your feelings, and your essential human and spiritual needs. The medicine, once again, the opposite, just to see, just if it resonates with you. This card calls you to go on a journey of renewal, just like the moon does every month, so you can get unstuck, whether from a specific situation or life in general. For this, you need to make time to be with yourself without the distractions of modern society and have the courage to look at the unwanted or unembraced parts of your being until you arrive at a place of resolution. Shamanic lore explains that the finest treasures of humanity are hidden where people are most afraid to go. And isn't that the truth? This is basically just saying, give yourself permission to have fun, because this is a time of fun. This is a time of celebration. And we are celebrating the end of this year. We're celebrating the fact that we are still here. And we're also celebrating the fact of some people who are not, that we have lost. And at this point, we celebrate their lives. We think of them. We bring them into our memories, and that actually strengthens our root chakra, which I talked about before with the wrong card. It is really strengthening that part. And the more you do think about that, the more or of the people that you may have lost physically. And I don't believe losing people. I always realize that basically anything from the physical has transformed, transmuted into a different energy, so that they are still there. Their essence is absolutely still there. So keep talking with them. That will strengthen your root. That will also allow you to have this buffer so that you are able to move into the new year with a strength and with the knowledge that the universe has your back and will not let you go into any financial craziness without having some solution there. Okay, let's go into the last card, and I promise I'll get the right one. We have the last quarter moon in Taurus. That's funny because the first card was the first quarter moon in Taurus. Now we have the last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. This is a beautiful card for this and to end this last year, or this last new moon of the year. Be proud of yourself. And that goes without saying. This whole year has been challenging for all of us. And then also on the flip side, there have been some beautiful moments. So this is saying, be proud of yourself for where you are now, where you've gotten to, what you've achieved, and the fact that you've lived this far in going through experiences, learning the education as a human being, and being able to exercise your willingness to find the solutions. Sometimes it's complex, and well, actually it is complex, but basically you're finding solutions. You found your solutions. You've gotten yourself to this point. So let's go into this and take a look at what we have for the last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. So, do you really believe in you? No one is perfect, but you need to believe in yourself and what you have to offer. Be proud of yourself. You came to this earth with a purpose to fulfill. Drawing this card suggests that there are a lot of unresolved self worth questions that need to be answered before you start to create the life you know is waiting for you. Being real is the key here. Don't pretend for appearance's sake. You're more than allowed and encouraged to be your real self. This is going very, very well because I know that where this is going. I'll talk about this in a sec. Manifesting mix in an age where people pretend to lead a perfect life. There's nothing more impressive than true authenticity. Is that true or what? Especially now in this world. Manifesting mindset, don't compare yourself to anyone else. Instead, start to recognize your own talents and assets. And I'm going to read the manifesting magic, which you can work on yourself here. These crystals work especially well for the sign of Taurus: labradorite, green fluorite, garnet, red jasper, honey calcite, or peach or yellow moonstone. So those with crystals or wanting to buy crystals, those are wonderful for manifesting this being proud of yourself. Choose one and hold it while you meditate, visualizing a bright blue light swirling around you. Alternatively, keep your crystal close by as you work through your situation, or use 5 or 6 to make a crystal grid. Your manifesting affirmation for this is, I am a unique and beautiful soul, and that you are. So what this is basically saying is to be proud of where you are, and for any unresolved issues that cause self-worth issues for yourself, know that you are so much more powerful than you are being led to believe from whatever is out there in the media and from whatever is being told from the news. You are more than what you are. And that is going to be starting to be shown this year. I mean, if you haven't actually noticed that before, this is basically going to show you some incredible talents, which you should let out, because everyone is unique and we all have talents, even though we're thinking that we don't and we're not creative, and etc. Then you do have this, and it will start to show. Your spiritual gifts will start to show come this year. Mark my words, actually. You will see some things happen that you may not have ever thought you could do, think, or say. And that is going to come this year. So the self-worth part, give yourself some time, give yourself some self-care, and that will help you to achieve any self-worth issues, to get past any self-worth issues that you might have had, or just talk to someone, seek out an energy worker or a life coach to be able to talk through this. This is the time to do it. And I urge you to do it so that it allows you to get past all of that and just learn that life it's much more than what we see out there. It's much more worth living. Your life purpose is about to begin. So, with that, I want to thank you for watching and also saying, have a wonderful new moon, December 23rd, and a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful holiday. Take some time for yourself, enjoy what's out there, and celebrate. And enjoy a wonderful ending to a challenging year, challenging few years. Know that you have come this far, and this allows you to at least be proud of yourself for getting there. So I will see you very soon. Please like this video if you do, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you in 2023. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.